And Rotten Tomatoes was allowed to release the critic reviews for Disney Snow White, and those went live at 3. So we've had 3 hours and 15 minutes at this point that they can be live. So I think that's where we're going to start because
All right.
it's always fun to go ahead and look at a movie. Now, hold on. We do not ever let Rotten Tomatoes dictate how our opinions and our reviews will go for a movie or show. We do like to see what other people are saying. I will be going to see it sometime this week. I don't know when yet, but I will get that my review, and it will not be reliant on Rotten Tomatoes. And then Justin will give us his update on Tuesday.
Most likely, yeah.
So let's pull it up. How bad can it be? Boop. Oh, wait, I think I just shared the one tab.
Oh.
Rotten Tomatoes, Disney Snow White, a 49% tomato meter.
Yikes.
Critic reviews, we're going to do a couple of these ones down here, and then we'll go into some more of the specific ones. I had high hopes that Snow White would make me happy. Instead, this dopey remake made me sleepy and grumpy.
Oh.
1.5 out of 4.
Oh.
This is a 3 out of
4.
5.
What the heck?
It's Rotten Tomatoes. This is why I don't like Rotten Tomatoes scores. Their scores are always all over the place. This is a 3 out of 5 from the Irish Times. The most distracting flaws are rooted in the problematic recreation of animated material. The permanent magic hour lighting is hard to look at. Worst of all, the decision to cartoonize the dwarfs alongside human actors is hugely problematic. What else we got going on? Let's see. This is a 9 out of 10. This is a tomato. Okay. Snow White is a magical, enchanting, and vibrant live-action Disney adaptation anchored by Zegler's powerful performance. The story conveys a much-needed message. Kindness is a lost virtue that the world desperately needs. The Latino Slant. That's an interesting review. The movie couple. Rachel Zegler shines as Snow White. The first act starting off strong, but the rest of the movie felt choppy and patched together. Godot's evil queen did not work for me, though she looks fantastic.
Okay.
Movie files. This is a 2 out of 5. What could have been a magical reimagining of a beloved classic, instead a middling film with the Snow White adaptation inability to balance character depth and campy flair, ultimately detracting from its overall impact. We'll go like 3 more.
Okay.
The culture mix. Even though Rachel Zegler shines as the title character of Disney Snow White, the rest of the remake's live-action performances are mediocre to terrible. No magical spells can erase this. Cash grab films, unconvincing visual effects, and other missteps.
Oh my god.
Jim Sherbury.com. 3.5 out of 5 on this one. The terrific thing about Snow White 2.0 is that while they've updated the tale a bit to make our princess a more proactive character, they haven't really altered the essence all that much, with many images and themes echoing the original.
Okay.
And the Punch Drunk Critics, 3 out of 5. It's not quite fairest of them all, but hardly a poisonous apple either. I don't know. Based on what we're seeing right there, what's your thoughts?
Just based on these alone, again, we haven't seen the movie ourselves. It sounds like Rachel Zegler does put in a pretty decent performance, but everything around her is kind of middling, is what I'm hearing.
I'm hearing that. I'm also wondering. Again, usually these reviews are people who are invited to review the movie, so we're gonna say that. I'm also wondering how many of these were also asked to speak better of her performance to try to help the movie in the nicest way. Because I will say when we look at, I never watched the remake to the musical she was in, Steven Spielberg's
West Side Story.
West Side. I never watched the remake of West Side Story. I did watch though Hunger Games.
I have to take a phone call real fast.
The Hunger Games one where she's in it. I can't remember that name either. Snakes and Songbirds. And at least in that, I thought her performance was one of the more weaker ones in it. That being said, everybody has good days. Everybody has bad days. Who knows? Maybe it's good. We will, again, like I said, we'll see it. We'll go ahead and make our review on it based on our true and honest opinions.
All right, sorry about that.
You're good. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll just see where it goes. I will say though, based on my personal opinions from seeing how films have done in the past, a tomato meter of 49% is awful. And for a movie that realistically needs to make $1 billion, that's not in the right steps forward.
And we were talking off screen about this, but typically when a tomato meter comes out, it never goes up. It usually only goes down.
Yeah. Especially on the first day we get anything from the tomato meter, when they first get released, they're usually very favorable in the lean of the movie.
Yeah.
Now, Captain America: Brave New World, we did see that shifting quite a bit after the first week because it came out. Where was it? That was at
It was at like a 70, a 60,
yeah.
And then it dropped down to like a 50, didn't it?
I thought it came up first, then it went down.
I don't know. I wasn't watching it.
I mean, that's at a 48.
Yeah.
So, if that gives you any indication, because this movie, we said it was solid, but not necessarily good. That's kind of where we're seeing this going for this current next set of movies. Or at least not next set of movies, but this next movie.